Good evening, South Florida and America. Welcome to It's Happening Out. This is the world's most popular live gay television talk show. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, June 8th, 2022, and I'm your anchor, Al Ferguson. And I'm tired. I've just gotten back from gay days with some crazy girl. All right, let's start by meeting tonight's host. And let's start with that crazy girl. You know her. This is Faye. What? She is a radio and television personality and has a popular blog and YouTube channel aiming to unite the L and the G together. You did that successfully at Gay Days, by the way. Did. Also, make sure to catch the FayWhat show, the first morning LGBTQ show, Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern, online, and your smart television. Good evening, Faye.
Good evening. My God, you know, I found a condom.
Religion. I found religion.
I found religion a long time ago. Love you, Unity on the Bay. I found a condom, like it just random, like all my stuff today. And I'm wondering which of you gay boys put it there at Gay Days. I told you to use them, not put them back in my bag.
Was it a wrapper or a used one?
No, it was just a wrapper.
Okay.
It was just a wrapper. So they were being gay.
By the way, I would like you to know that officially, my gay card on Tuesday, this is Wednesday, yesterday on Tuesday, was officially pulled by both Broward and Dade County homosexuals because I came out and said, I went with Faye on Saturday to Girls in Wonderland and officially said girls for the win because they had the best pool party of Gay Days.
Oh my God.
My card was pulled for it.
It totally was pulled and it's pending in Palm Beach. Girls in Wonderland, Pandora events, you guys just did it big. And I wanted to share that experience with my favorite gay white man. You know, that's Al Ferguson. So when I said to him, hey, I'm going to go to the Splash Pool Party. You want to come? I thought for sure he'd go, well, really? There's all these boy pool parties. Why would I go to the girl? He went right away and had a blast. Tipping dancers.
I tipped the most beautiful girl. Oh, it was stunning. Got up on the stage. They invited me up on the stage, and I was with Faye and taking pictures. The girls, I thought, you know how it is, because gay guys have this impression, you're around 1,000 girls, you're not going to be. I was treated so nicely. Oh, yeah. It was packed. You could not walk through them. And I got groped about 20 times.
That's lesbian soup. Yeah, I used to photograph a lot of the events.
It's a new can coming from Campbell's this fall.
And the girls' parties are the best. I mean, those pool parties are legendary.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
Girls in Wonderland. Girls, plan now for next year. It was amazing. And by the way, OMW and the Bears and Gay Days, they didn't do too bad either.
Too bad. It was incredible. Varsity.
Oh, and by the way, I've been waiting. How was your weekend, Cal? Never mind. All right, next up, this is Maxx Fenning from Prism. Yay. At just 17, Maxx founded an amazing nonprofit organization that works to expand access to LGBTQ plus inclusive education and sexual health resources for LGBTQ plus youth in South Florida. Good evening, Maxx.
Hello, I'm so very, very happy to be here. It's been a long time since I got
why didn't you begin with buongiorno?
Again, copycat vacation. I followed Al and Faye after they went to Italy. I decided I needed to have a slice of that.
Yeah, a slice of what?
Anyways.
Wait,
an Italian by injection.
I'm sitting here wondering if I'm going to out him in this show. There's probably a very good chance. All right, next up, this is Kal Gajraj. Kal is a communications executive and adjunct professor here in South Florida. He is a regular, I always wondered what adjunct meant.
I thought it was something to do with his junk.
Yeah. No, I thought it was something that you get shots for. It's
or a cream. There could be a cream for it, too.
He is also a regular guest anchor, of course, on Queer News Tonight and working here at the Happening Out Television Network. Good evening, Kal.
Good evening. Glad to be back. Happy Pride Month. This is my first appearance for June. Yeah. So excited to be here. I wasn't at Gay Days, so one day.
You know, it's only 3 hours up the road, right?
I know.
Well, you're a busy guy. All right, next up is Dale Stine. With a background in music and the arts, he's a well-known photographer, and he's presently the moderator of South Florida's largest LGBTQ plus Facebook group, Miami Gay List, which can be found also on Instagram, the main page Facebook, but on Instagram at Gay List Official. He's an activist with multiple LGBTQ organizations, and Dale is currently the vice chairman of Miami Beach's Human Rights Committee. Good evening, Dale.
Why, hello, homos. It's great to be here with all of you. And I did not go to gay days this year, but I have been many times in the past, and most of them I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember having a great time.
His favorite gay, he's told me this story so many times. His
right.
favorite gay days that he ever went to was when Walt opened the Magic Kingdom in
Wow.
1972.
So bad. He's so bad. You know, but no, okay, but don't take that away from Dale, because while I was up there, I was texting with him and he's like, okay, go into this place, the third bathroom stall. Is the
Right.
door still messed up here? I did that.
Right.
Riptide. Can we talk about Riptide? Faye crashed the VIP party. We had a tent, or we had a cabana in VIP, and Faye crashed it, created a big scene. The police came. I talked to the police nicely.
Tiffany the Tuck got me into VIP. How
Trinity,
is it that
Trinity.
she's gonna get me?
Trinity.
Oh, Trinity the Tuck got me into VIP.
If you're going to drop
My best
names-
friend, Tiffany.
My best friend is Tiffany.
Which.com.
Right. There we go. All the boys at the table have just read you Time to Be Silent for
It's
3
done.
minutes. All right.
We'll be quiet.
So good evening, South Florida.
Take my
We're
card
the
away.
first and most popular live LGBTQ talk show in the world. We have so much to talk about tonight. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
There's a little dust up over at production. I don't know what's going on, but somebody named Trinity is on the phone. We'll find out what's going
Tiffany's her sister.
on. All right, as we told you, you're watching a live and unedited LGBTQ talk show. So anything can happen, and that's obviously true. That's how you get names wrong. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click that bell for updates. And if you're on Facebook, like and share this video. Also, make sure your friends and family know they can watch this show on their smart television on the platforms of Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. All right, let's begin. We're always starting our show, almost coming up on 4 years, with what we call our meme of the week. And this week, it's called Don't Bring Your Kids to Drag Shows, in honor of the dust-up that's going on in Texas trying to ban children from drag performances because of, quote, exposing them to sexuality. What do y'all think?
This is
I
ridiculous.
saw this meme earlier. I just love it. The Hooters meme.
Listen, and when it's the kid's birthday, they will put the kid on a chair and put 2 balloons as breasts in their shirts, okay? You're laughing because it's true, okay? And this is what they do to these kids, okay? And that's okay, and we're the groomers, right?
Yeah, it's really just.
You know, I just realized when I looked at this meme, I really am really queer.
You're gay. You didn't even notice the girls, did you?
Because yesterday I was with a friend and we were talking about where to go, and they said, "Oh well, and we could just go to Hooters." And it was like, "No, I don't want to go to Hooters. I love their wings. I just don't like the Hooters." All right, who needs a drink? Clearly, I
Yes,
do.
you do.
So let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We have shots in front of us. These are nuclear powered. I just tell you, well, you'll see.
It's an interesting color.
Yes. We invite you at home to play right along with us as I ask our host. It says 4 questions in my teleprompter, but tonight we're going to do 5.
Ooh,
Ooh,
extra.
bonus round.
Now, bonus. If they agree with the question, then they've got to take this shot. Which I can now not get out of the tray. There it goes. And if they disagree, well, it's going to be a long night for mostly me. All right, let's play I'd Swallow That. Everybody ready?
Ready.
All right, here we
Please
go.
don't.
If there's something strange in the neighborhood, who are you going to call? Apparently, Kristen Stewart and hairdresser CJ Romero, as they put together a team of queer paranormal investigators for a new television show that she's launching. I'd swallow that. Question number 1, I want to be one of Kristen Stewart's gay ghost hunters.
If that means I can sleep with her, yeah.
Sounds like fun.
No,
Do we think these kind of shows are silly?
they're stupid.
Do gays believe in ghosts?
There's
Well, I don't think that's a gay or straight or, I don't think it's binary.
Whoa.
I think ghosts are non-binary.
Ghosts are non-binary. Okay, now
Are there
I
gay
understand.
ghosts?
All right.
No.
Are they?
I mean, I go.
No, there are gay ghosts.
I get
once
ghosted
felt-
all the
no,
time.
I go to parties
Okay,
all the
I
time.
stayed at the Biltmore, which is like the ghost, like the haunted place in Miami, and I swear that I got sexually assaulted by a ghost, and it was a female ghost.
But
How I'm curious, how do Latina women deal with the occult and paranormal? Are they pretty good with it, or?
Sure, we deal fine with it.
Okay, Al, are you Team Edward or the other one?
Actually, I'm Team Werewolf.
Okay.
Not, and the vampires are the vampires, but not him. And by the way, he doesn't make a good Batman either.
Ouch.
That's, just saying.
it's just a personal opinion.
Well, but right, everything I say is my.
I just like how she blinks.
Well,
I like how she
sometimes.
blinks. She's like, I can't, oh my God.
So wait, so they're trying to hunt gay ghosts? Is that what
No.
they're
No,
doing?
just
No,
ghosts
ghosts
in
in general.
Ghost
general.
hunters are gay. That's the twist in the show.
It's a gimmick.
And they're
Yeah,
hairdressers.
it's a gimmick. And they're hairdressers.
Got it.
I was
And
about to say,
Ghostbusters
like-
and hairdressers. Got it.
Like, hey, boo.
It's a funny gimmick. I mean, you think of, like, I mean, like they can tease and hair.
Wait.
this
let me make a-
smells like a favor to
Let
me.
me make a quick prediction. In the first week in August, we're going to be doing an I'd Swallow That. I knew that Kristen Stewart's Gay Ghost Hunters would be canceled after episode 3.
Right? But doesn't that sound like a favor to me, like she did for her hairdresser? Like, all right, boo, I'll make you famous. I'll do a show for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like back in the day when you used to tease up the hair, they would say, "Oh, your hair's fallen flat,"
Yeah.
just like the show.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on. Nothing says pride like a flamboyant Gen Zer in skin-tight pants. Ooh,
Max?
I'm getting a little warm.
Look under the table.
Oh my God.
And a designer sweater standing in front of a rainbow flag complaining about people wanting wait, are we talking about Max? People wanting attention, especially when the person in question says they aren't gay. They just sleep with men. Okay, watch this.
Why do you need a month to celebrate who you sleep with? Newsflash, nobody cares. You have all your rights, now shut up. You take a Pride Month out to run around the streets with no clothes on and hook up in public, and then you want to run around crying, "Oh, I'm so oppressed, no one likes me." Well, stop pushing it in everybody's face. No one cares. But the truth of the matter is, you want everyone to care because you need attention. It's 2022. We can barely afford gas in America. Nobody has the time to run around worrying about what you do and policing your actions. Get over your insecurities and leave everyone alone. Oh, and by the way, pride is a sin.
You know,
Did
She wears.
wait, I got to
She
get to
wears-
the question first.
Lord.
But can I say before I get to the I'd Swallow
I'm
That
gonna
question?
do 2 shots.
My general history, my long history in this community is when you sashay and you have no bones in your wrist or your neck, use some gay. Use some gay, girl.
If your
All right.
eyebrows are better than mine, you
Use
gay,
some
girl.
gay, girl. That's right. I'd swallow that question number 2. Now, do you know who he is? GOP Georgia senatorial candidate Herschel Walker's flamboyant son represents gay self-hate. Is the boy gay just hating on gay?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
I mean, he's
Is
very
that self-hatred,
He
you
is
mean?
an ignorant twink.
Oh, yeah.
He really is.
An ignorant twink.
So,
But look at him. It's like, come on. I mean, everybody knows he's gay as hell. I mean, he literally could wear, he doesn't even need to wear the shirt that says gay AF. Look at him. I mean, look at him and just everything. He is, but wow. But then on the other side of the coin, the self-loathing is huge. It has to be like just incredible for this kid.
And what he says, he says everything he says, he should be looking into a mirror because he said they just want attention. They're like, yeah, queen.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yes,
Yeah.
queen.
It really is the pot calling the kettle black. I did not drink to that.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I don't think he hates himself. He just wants attention. It's quite literally like he just wants to be
Could it
the
be-
one gay that is like the darling child of the
I'm
GOP.
curious, Max. You know, in terms of gay self-hating, it's really a real thing.
Yeah.
It's real. You don't think that he is hating on gays because beyond the attention thing, he clearly is after that, but that he is hating on gay because he hates that he's gay.
No, I don't think that it's gay self-hatred. I think he just likes attention. That's all it is.
I think it's all a game. I think he's playing a role. It's his stick.
He looks like he's on SNL. Like he doesn't look like he's really saying the stuff for real.
Auditioning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he never actually makes the
audition. That's a bad audition.
Yeah. When did it go out of fashion to just be a rich Heisman Trophy's son and the money was just enough? When did that go out of fashion?
It's not enough anymore. We want more.
I don't know.
Us
I knew that guy
in the
in high
rainbow
school.
community.
So
like
I knew that
First off,
exact boy. in high school.
I want to inflame many people that are watching this right now.
So to speak.
Who thinks
Flaming.
Who thinks he's cute?
No.
Really? No one
Not
thinks he's
at
cute?
all.
I can't allow myself to say he's cute. Like I can't allow myself to have Chick-fil-A.
All
I
right.
can't.
If
I can't say Tucker Carlson is handsome.
If we did a secret ballot, would the vote be different 1 to 4?
No.
No, he's also just annoying.
He's so
Even
annoying.
aside from the words,
He
like,
really looks like a Ken doll, so that kind of scares me.
Okay,
Well,
well,
even to his behavior and his mannerisms,
what?
he's portraying what people stereotypically think of gay people, and he's bringing the
And we
attention
never
to
act
himself. We all don't act and speak like that.
What does his father say about any of this? Has anybody heard him say anything?
Maybe I should tweet him.
Herschel Walker's, y'all know who
Oh, yeah,
Herschel
he's-
Walker
he's
is.
also-
He may be the deciding Senate seat for the U.S.
Scary.
Senate. Might be. That's how important.
Really?
You know, I
Yeah.
just think it's funny. He says, "I'm attracted to men,
He's
but I'm not gay." Like we don't want you in our community, anyways. Bye.
All right.
And I
Very
love that
accepting
he's,
of everybody except you.
No, quite literally.
And
Happy
your
Pride
eyebrows.
Month to everyone except
I
Christian
love
Walker.
that he's speaking for people who can't afford gas in America, and he's wearing a Givenchy sweater,
But shirt.
sweatshirt.
Not a sweater.
And my daddy's worth $100 million. That's what
Active
Walker
wear.
is worth.
Active
$100
bottom wear.
All right. Let's get out of crazy conservative gay boys. And yes, we were talking about Milo Yiannopoulos. All right. Willie Johnson. Winky.
Yay.
Gay guys, and let's face it, guys in general love to have nicknames of their one-eyed monster. Sometimes they'll even name other parts of their body. I'd swallow that question number 3. Big article, conversation in Reddit. Gay men name their male body parts. And if I was honest, I do it too.
Oh.
Anybody do that?
For sure. Thelma, Ben, Peachy, and
Wait, there's Kal. Nobody else?
Never done it.
No? Ever?
No.
In your whole life?
My whole life, never.
or somebody else's.
No. My mouth's full. I can't say the name.
Oh my.
I'm gonna drink to that. Though.
Okay. No, you're not getting out of it. You just took the shot. So-
I don't though.
Yeah, at all? Seriously?
No.
Yeah,
Ever in
I've
your
never.
whole life? And no one else? What?
No.
Well, how come? I'm curious.
I don't know. That's just weird. That's
I
just
have
odd.
pet names for
That's
my
just
pet.
odd.
Wait.
He hasn't had that much sex yet to be
Okay,
naming
well,
other people's stuff. He
that's
just
a
started
lie.
sex the other day. How's he supposed to name people's
Wait, the
parts?
20-year-old has just basically called your eyes out.
Please, like we believe him. Like we believe that he's had
Oh,
that
she's
much
been
sex.
busy.
Oh, please.
Oh, Faye. You know, we've
Baby, you're still
I told
learning
so
how to
many
do
stories.
it. Shut up. Please. Do me a favor, youngin.
Abroad and everything.
I can teach you how to do it.
Oh,
I'm a girl.
wait. Now he's taking it off the
You mean-
table.
you say Abroad meaning across the pond.
Did you just
A
call me
broad.
abroad? Don't make me take off the earrings. Hold on. What?
That's what I thought
What? He
you
called me
said.
mother? What?
Including
He
abroad.
called me a what?
Yeah, we're
I didn't know you were bisexual.
Yeah, we're going.
In 20, let's narrow this
We're going across the
exploration
Atlantic
down.
for it and-
In 2022, the only time you've been to abroad is just the recent trip to Italy, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if abroad and everything, you're indicating that you've had a sexual encounter abroad in Italy because that's the only place you've been to.
Yeah, and I did not name his body part something in Italian.
Well, I mean, if sex took 2 minutes, you didn't have time to freaking name his part yet. I mean, come on.
My.
I'll have you know we got engaged and married and divorced all in one trip.
Yeah.
Wow, a la
Plenty of
Al.
time to
Why? Wait, why is that any different than a Saturday night at Wilton Drive?
Okay.
Point taken.
It's romantic.
In Italy,
we had
he's
a
legal.
and
Here
we
he's
perfect
not.
Oh, no, he's 20. He's
Was he
legal.
Italian?
He's legal.
Was he indeed
No,
Italian?
he was Australian, but
Oh,
he
okay.
Down under.
Wait, oh my gosh, absolutely. I am forbidden to have this conversation. And you just ask a simple question and out all the information comes.
I have to prove myself to Faye now. Apparently,
Oh, okay.
Right. She wants details from the
Yeah,
diary.
yeah.
All right.
Yes,
Shall
he
we
was
move on
saying-
now? Are we done, or is there more cat scratching to?
So if we were going to name yours, what would it be?
Oh,
That's a good question.
I don't. Again, that's weird.
We're
I
going to
wouldn't do
sit in
that.
silence until we get that in.
No, we are. No, I don't know.
Come on, Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. What? What we call it?
Publix donated to anti-LGBT organizations.
We're not having that
and
conversation. Wrong show.
I'm just saying. I'm just
God, I wish you could
saying.
drink. I really do wish you could drink, Max. You have no idea how much I wish you could drink.
Let's return to Cal's very insightful question.
Okay, let's go to Cal.
What would it have been?
Yeah, I have no idea, but that would be so. That would be so odd.
Spooky?
Elon Musk. What would you call it?
I don't know.
Tesla? What would
Okay,
you call it?
okay. My ex-boyfriend named it Max Jr. and I thought that was really, really weird.
So
I
there
I
was
didn't get
somebody.
into it. but-
Max
So there was somebody with personality in your life.
Wait.
Your boyfriend.
Wait,
Lord.
wait. This is getting delicious. Is Max Jr. a size reference?
Well, it's smaller than me as a whole, like my whole
As
body.
a whole?
Yeah.
Whole, you said whole.
I didn't
yourself
name,
a
and I
hoe?
didn't, and that never got named.
The whole didn't get named. Okay.
No, it didn't.
All right, all right.
The
abyss.
the abyss. We'll call it.
The abyss.
We'll call it
Did
like
you
a,
just call the whole the abyss?
the abyss. We'll call it.
Can we move on?
Very
Wait,
outside.
we've got to move on because I'm gonna have some organization call me to say, "Oh my God, oh my God." All right, I'd swallow that question number 3. Gay. Wait, didn't we just do that?
Did we?
Okay. Yes, we just did that.
We did our
All
shot
right.
already.
I'm hopefully one day after
many
4 years, I'm
apparently.
going to learn how to use a teleprompter. All right. In the upcoming movie about Leonard Bernstein, Bradley Cooper. Oh, this is really cool. Bradley Cooper plays the lead, and Matt Bomer plays the married to a woman, but openly gay composer's love interest. Now, this is the composer of West Side Story. I mean, this is
Famous.
major. I'd swallow that question number 4. I want to be in the throuple in Bradley Cooper and Matt Bomer's Maestro sandwich.
No question.
Yes.
Look
No.
at that
Yes.
picture.
I got this, boys. They
Oh
need
my
me.
Gosh. Lady Gaga did a number on him. Let me tell you, her impact, her influence is
What do you
crazy.
mean she did number? Oh,
influence on who?
because of the
On,
because of,
on Bradley
Star is Born?
Cooper
Yeah, it's
because
like her
of
aura.
Star is Born.
Oh,
Yeah, you want to talk about us turning people gay? It's Lady Gaga. She's the one who's doing it.
Although I did read somewhere that his hygiene is not perfect.
Yeah. Well, some people like
I
that.
believe that.
listen,
people like that.
put nose plugs in and go to town. I mean, forget it. It's Bradley Cooper, guys. Come on.
It's like a smelly cheese. You know what I mean? It's like it's decadent.
No,
you
that
like
totally
that?
turns me off. Like,
Wait,
Yeah,
I
no.
know. Everybody
Hygiene
at the
is
table is
very
going, no.
important.
Wait, the 20-year-old's going, oh, it's like a decadent French
Yeah.
oh
cheese.
no.
Of course,
No,
age.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Really?
I
I like man
no.
smell, but
You're just
clean,
talking.
Clean, yeah.
Okay,
Clean man
here's
smell.
right. All right.
I'm not gonna stand. I'm not gonna stand on that hill. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna die on that
okay.
So
hill.
You're
you
not gonna
you're
die on
love,
that
You're gonna
hill.
love going to
I
France.
love Max.
For the
Max,
cheese.
you Max,
I
you're
bet.
great tonight. Wait,
I want to use FayWhat's bed.
here's right, which is in our studio right now, by the way.
Hopefully there's a
Can we
cheese
show
in
that picture one more time? Because I want to point something out. Cooper is definitely and 100%. I know we always fantasize about every man being potentially gay. I have a friend that we will be seeing at dinner later that says, oh, he could be gay. He could be. No, he can't be. He's straight. Just like I'm gay, I'm gay. I make the joke about Hooters. It's because I'm gay. Cooper is straight.
But how do you know?
He's kissing like a
He's-
straight man.
he's-
You see, their lips are barely touching.
He's making, he's embracing our community of the story here as an actor.
Yeah.
And Bomer is definitely gay. Definitely
Yeah,
gay.
well, he's
Yeah.
very out.
Bomer's enjoying that a lot more.
Right. And the one thing that I think is interesting here is us, not them. Bradley Cooper is just going, I'm a great actor, and I hope I get nominated for the Academy
So
Award.
based
for
on
this.
this picture, Bomer's definitely the bottom. By the way he's getting
Well,
You know, I was
if-
a great
We knew
actor
that.
in middle
wait,
school.
why do you think that? Tell me that.
behaviorally, just his
Well,
hands are
explain
on,
it to me.
on Bradley Cooper's face.
His hand on his face, on his neck, behind his ears, represents that he's a bottom
Yes.
to you.
Really? I would have taken that as a top move.
No.
No, I wouldn't either. I agree with
No? Okay.
No.
I don't know. That's how I grab my wife, and I'm totally a top.
that. And
Really?
if
Yeah,
Bradley
power tap.
Cooper if Bradley Cooper was going to, in life, have sex with Matt Bomer, he clearly would be the top, Bomer
Clearly.
would be the bottom.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Yeah.
And
The picture's hot, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That is hot.
The maestro.
Can we have a movie night?
Yeah. A movie night, right. All right, let's move on. Burger King in Austria. Are you ready for this?
No.
Released a Pride Whopper. Now, first off, to call it a Pride Whopper is an indication that somebody in marketing at Burger
There's a
King
size
is
queen.
genius
Size queen.
having a Pride Whopper. In an apparent lack of understanding on how gay sex works, however, the restaurant lets you choose at the restaurant to either have 2 top buns or 2 bottom buns on the burger. So I'd swallow that question number 5. Burger King's Pride campaign of 2 tops proves rainbow capitalism can be cringeworthy.
Well, that's for sure.
Look at the picture
I love it.
on the left.
And I know which burger each one at this table would be having.
Okay, now the question is, if you're a bottom, do you get the 2 top buns, or do you get
Yeah,
like,
right?
are you like,
You
I want to
get-
represent
yeah,
myself?
That's the joke.
Right.
A lot of people, I think, have misinterpreted the campaign of thinking it's a top bun and a top bun on the same sandwich, and that wouldn't make any sense. That's not the joke I think they're making. They're making the joke that I'm a bottom, so therefore I want an all-top sandwich, or I want an all-bottom sandwich.
So where's the veg burger? And where's the verse burger?
That's the filet o fish.
The verse burger is just a
Ew,
regular
Cal, just
burger.
ew. Let me just have a moment to just
Wait,
ew,
I was going to say, did Cal say the filet of fish is the girl
Whoa.
burger?
That's really bad.
I mean,
That's
That is
really
bad.
bad, Cal, and
Yeah.
gross and not true.
But first of all,
We're more like the quarter
what-
pounder.
what's not true, 2 bottoms don't make a top.
True.
2 tops
How
don't make a
long have
bottom.
you-
Careful what you ask, Al.
Ask away.
I already know all of the answers. I already
And you know, I've
All
talked
of
about
America
this.
knows the answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
was
talked
gonna
about
say.
this, several times in other
Yes,
shows
you
about,
have.
branding and marketing during Pride Month. And it is cringeworthy. It's absolutely hysterical
It is
because I think
hysterical.
that, companies try their best,
Yeah.
and I applaud their efforts. And I think it's something very courageous
know,
for
and-
them
and here's
to
the funny
do
thing.
that.
I mean, this is very courageous.
It was a very brave
It was a
move
brave
to not
move.
include a
And
gay
if they were
person
really
in your
smart.
staff meeting.
They would use the tagline.
Wait,
size
did you hear the
matters.
comment? It was very brave not to have a marketing person
Yeah.
in your marketing meeting.
so
A gay
Just
marketing person.
They could have brought me in as a consultant, and I would have done it gladly.
But there's
Fat
very
chat.
creative ads. Like for instance, I give a lot of credit to the folks at Morgan & Morgan because of their campaign that size matters.
Size matters.
So you
right.
know there must be a gay person
Yeah.
in their ad agency or in their marketing department,
Absolutely.
to come up with that, and it's brilliant.
I'm
and it
curious.
works.
To campaigns like that, we all month long, we're going to talk about rainbow capitalism and it's cringeworthy and blah, blah, and we're going to vomit all over the table. But wouldn't you want this kind of campaign or Walmart's stands, in Walmart's of what Walmart is doing for Pride Month,
Target.
or Target, as opposed to Chick-fil-A? Don't
100%.
we love this? Even if they miss the target, they still are pitching for us.
The question is, who are they donating to, right? And if they have any queer creators and pride campaigns, are they paying them?
Yeah.
Are they paying them their fair share
Yeah.
of that?
I remember we did a story a couple months back that Burger King, I think it was donating a percentage of a certain Whopper or a certain chicken sandwich to the Trevor Project and other organizations that support LGBTQ.
Let's make sure that we're clear. Are we happy that Burger King gets in the LGBT Pride Month marketplace, even if they have a little cringy miss? Are we
Yes.
still happy with it?
Yeah.
Yes, it could have gone way worse.
There.
Extra sauce or something would have been
Yeah.
really bad.
They
you
could
know?
have gotten way worse by introducing the fish sandwich in some way.
But like
We've
Max
identified.
hinted, I really hope that they have some LGBTQ plus policies for their employees that they've
I
instituted.
can't imagine that they would
to
not.
support,
What's their HRC equality index
Yeah.
score? Those are the real questions here.
That's the question. All right, let's move out of I'd swallow that. I have plenty to drink through the rest of the show, so I'm very, very happy.
How are you ahead?
Well, I'm sipping slowly. All right, next up, let's consider the best thing of the week. And this week, it's called, and this is complicated, it's called Time Traveler's Wife. It's the new show that's out, and it proves if you could go gay and do yourself, would you?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Now, what do you
100%.
think? Now, we are sad that this is, I believe, Netflix. We can't show it to you because they've tied this down so closely, or so tightly. But what this story is about is there is a genetic defect in the DNA of Henry, and Henry is time traveling in a random way. And he's going back and forth, and he's meeting other versions of him in different timelines, and all of the versions of him know that they're time traveling in different ways. In this scene, Henry at 16 goes back and meets Henry at 16, and you discover that his father knows that he's a time traveler because his father walks into the bedroom and Henry is in bed with somebody with a bedspread over him and blowing him, and it turns out to be Henry blowing himself.
Wow.
And there's a whole conversation about, wait, I'm not gay. I was just experimenting at 16. And it was a safe alternative for us to kind of learn about sex at 16 because I'm learning about sex with myself. And they make a joke in another one of the shows by going, well, when you tell me to go F yourself, there's a reasonable chance that I could.
Right.
Now, would you? Like, I would not F 16-year-old FayWhat.
Here's the
29-year-old FayWhat.
Here's
for sure.
the issue about this interesting moment is if you could go back or forward in time, would you do you?
Yes.
That's what
Oh,
the show-
Oh, for
absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely.
I'm a big narcissist. If you haven't surmised by now, I would 100% have sex with myself, blow myself, whatever. Now, a note
And
here.
has-
Max
Probably.
Jr.
A note here, which is kind of getting into the weeds a little bit. Why do they keep casting 20-somethings as 16-year-olds? Because that is not a 16-year-old.
Well, now wait, you're acknowledged, but the issue here is this character who is beautiful. He played in the Divergent series. He's stunning in this show.
Oh, absolutely.
And the girl that was Jon Snow's, the northern girl in Game of Thrones is the wife in the show. Both are fantastically cast. He has played everything from 16 to 62. At certain points, 10 of them converge in the same place at the same time. So he's playing everything.
So there needs
16
to be
60.
kind of
Yeah.
an age that kind of cross over.
Yeah, and makeup
But your
wise.
point is valid
And
for another
computer
conversation.
imaging.
Of course.
I mean, look
But,
like
but
And it's
back to
because
the point.
viewers like the perpetuation of teenage sex.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
So back to the question, okay? I know I'm good in bed.
right.
So for that reason, I would come back. What? Why you have to? It's the truth. I know I am, okay? I mean, sorry, I'm married.
Tune
you
in
know.
to the FayWhat show.
for more details, right? So I would come
wait,
back
can
and
I ask wait, pause just one moment. Is it true, I've heard this rumor,
Did Teresa talk to you?
I heard this rumor that you do the first LGBTQ morning talk show in the world that's done at 9 a.m. on Mondays, and you can watch it in Roku and Apple Television.
Are you
Plug.
heard?
I heard that you do this talk show talking about queer things that are going on in the world. It's true, you're so good at sex that you're doing the show in bed?
With a gay boy. Because, and listen, it's
And
not
other-
far
and
from the
other.
truth. There has been plenty of times that I have been in bed and there's a gay boy there.
Oh,
I'll leave it at that. It's the world I live in. people.
write in, ask us what we're talking about. All right? But you would do yourself.
I would do myself because I'm good in bed. Now, I mean, I know some people that are not so great in bed, and for that reason, I can understand them not coming back to do themselves.
Do they know
like,
that?
why waste
Do
the
they know
time?
that?
I have told plenty of people, you are not good in bed. You should, fix something.
Here's the interesting thing about this storyline. These two Henrys that we're showing the picture on, they're learning how to get good with each other. So they're experimenting on improving their skill with no consequence.
Well, they
of
know what they
improving their
like.
skill.
Exactly. Who's going to know what you like in bed
But
better
you-
than yourself?
Right?
Lord.
I've never heard of a storyline like this.
It's fabulous.
Ever. It is really fabulous. I have been watched. The day I think it's Netflix. They limited the access to the number of shows that you can watch because I've been watched all of it.
Oh,
It is
really?
awesome. It's just.
Stop
I'll check
stealing
it out.
somebody else's account, Al. Maybe that's what's going on. If you stop using FayWhat's account, then you'll be all right.
All right, all right. So, interesting thing of the week. You've got to watch My Time Traveler's Wife. All right, let's move on to a segment called What's on Your Mind. And maybe somebody can find my bell because I can't. Where did you hide it?
I don't have your bell. Don't look at me. I really don't. I swear.
Such a-
David.
All right. All right, I need to find the bell. Or today we're going to play, if we run out of time, I will slap you.
I was like,
Let me, daddy, let me, daddy.
All right, I'm going to ask each of these hosts what's on their mind. They've only got 30 seconds to tell us what's important to them this week. But remember, in just 30 seconds, or you will hear this slap. All right, FayWhat, let's start with you. What's on your mind?
So I'm thinking about gay days. I'm still thinking about One Magical Weekend, Girls in Wonderland. Had a wonderful time this past weekend. And I'm thinking about all the folks that missed it. Not you, Cal. I'm so sorry for those folks that missed it because of weather. I had friends that sold their tickets to certain events because they thought weather was going to be an issue. Typhoon Lagoon, not one drop of rain. We went to 4 different pool parties. No rain. The one pool party that rain did come, it was gone in 2 minutes. You missed the best weekend ever. Don't listen to South Florida weather. It is what it is. It comes and goes, and you get to come a lot at gay days.
How wet did you get?
Wow. She got just so
You
wet.
got it just in
All right,
time,
there we
too.
go. All right, and Maxx Fenning, that's very good advice, by the way. Maxx Fenning, what's on your mind this week?
Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit somber, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
The world right now is a really, really crazy place, and nothing is crazier than the epidemic that is gun violence in our country. And it is so, so, so important that we enact common sense solutions to fix this problem. June 11th, so that's this Friday, or this Saturday, I mean, is a national March for Our Lives. They're all over the country. Please go find one and march and rally and fight for our rights.
Great recommendation. And Kal Gajraj, what's on your mind this week?
So, kind of piggybacking on what Max was saying, I'm really upset about the Texas lawmakers who are making a big deal about your children not seeing drag shows. And every day we've had shootings in this country, and no one's doing anything for, gun violence or reform or anything, but they want to go after drag queens. Well, I'm here to tell you, there's not one child that has died from a drag show.
Ooh, powerful. Thank you. And Dale Stine, what's on your mind this week?
Well, I've been out of the closet a really long time, like way over 40 years. And so I think back over all these decades and all the work that we've done, activism and yada, 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 yada. And I think about the place we are now that I never thought I would see us at again, fighting for our rights again. And I just want to say in my moment that that Maxx Fenning gives me hope. Because he is such a light in this world at such a young age, and such an amazing activist, and who's so passionate about life and your values and what you want to see in the world. So that's on my mind. Maxx Fenning gives me hope.
Very lovely to hear.
I'm blushing almost as much as when I went in Rome.
Yeah.
But it's true though, because
You're going to force me out on this story.
I wish that I was as brave as you 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I normally don't say what's on my mind, but I do want to mention that this is June 12th is approaching, and we remember Pulse. And we're not going to really talk about Pulse at all in the show tonight. But tune into or tune back to Queer News Tonight and watch it on demand. And we've done a very important tribute to Pulse and Michelle Visage, showing you something very special. So make sure you go back and look at that. And we're thinking of all of the people that were lost and affected by the Pulse shooting on June 12th, 2016. Next up, let's catch up with the news from the world of entertainment. Another very strange story. In the first episode of season 3 of The Boys, I love it and I hate it simultaneously, but I watched every second of it. Of The Boys, a new hero, Termite, throws a GOP-inspired cocaine orgy and invites his fellow heroes. When he goes back in a back room with his male lover, because he's gay, he shrinks down so he can, literally, you see it, he enters his lover's penis because he's so tiny. so he can massage the man's prostate. This is the storyline. We're showing you the picture of it right
So
now.
that's what it looks like.
This reminds me of the Magic School Bus.
Yes, exactly.
No, this reminds me of what Madison Cawthon was saying was happening in Congress. That's what this reminds me of.
Well, and Madison probably would dream to be able to.
Hello.
Too. All right, so he goes into the penis to massage the prostate. He then starts to feel like he's going to sneeze, and then the sneeze turns the scene from erotic to horror when the termite suddenly grows to full size.
Ouch.
The penis in the boy's opening brings new meaning to sounding. Ugh. What do y'all think about
God, where's the
what's
video?
going
Where's
on?
the video?
We tried. We absolutely tried.
Is this available in VR?
It's on
Prime. Is
It's
it
on
Prime?
Prime.
Sick.
It's on Prime.
That is pretty sick.
VR.
It's on Prime.
What do y'all think? First off, can you ever imagine that a storyline like this?
I mean, there are some definitely
Amazon.
yeah, there's
I've
some
always
queens
wanted
in
to
there.
walk into a urethra.
You can't tell that story and be like, now what do we think about this? I'm
What do we think about
terrified.
this? The guy explodes. You see every detail. The show is really, from that standpoint, it's repugnant. There's so much body explosion in this.
I don't know if I
series
can
that-
watch it, but you watch
Oh,
every
you
minute.
can. I've watched every minute. Oh, you can. You can. Well, see, and it's so interesting because it's Marvel or DC Comics. What would happen at Marvel if all of the characters were myopic and selfish and sociopathic, and they used their powers to pretend that they're heroes, but they were absolutely narcissist and really evil? But you think that they're good. That's what the hero. That's what The Boys is all about. Superman is the anti-hero in this. He's pathological. He's going to try to destroy the world, basically.
I gotta watch this.
Toxic
I gotta
gaze.
watch this.
But-
I gotta watch
Toxic
this.
gaze.
Yeah, yeah,
Toxic gaze.
yeah.
So they're like some of the narcissistic politicians.
Yeah. Well, I think the point here on the story is, what do you think about Hollywood developing a story like this, where there is a gay characters at a coke-filled party, where a character is a superhero that can shrink down to that size, and what he wants to do is get into your penis.
I mean, I wanted to be around the table, not to be a fly on the wall, not a mosquito, around that table and just hear the conversation that goes, "But that's a great idea. I mean, let's just go there."
Especially
Don't
like
you
that.
think there was a lot of drugs around that table while thinking that? Like, who comes up with stuff like that
bet-
unless
I
you're
bet you-
high?
I bet
It's
you anything-
because there was a gay person in this marketing roundtable as opposed to the Whopper ad.
Not an endorsement.
And I bet you anything, there was a mirror on that table with lines. Yeah.
Can you imagine girls coming up with a storyline like this?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Of course,
Well, Faye
yes.
specifically.
Hello, of course. I mean, like I said, oh my God, how awesome. The first thing I thought was like, shrink me and throw me in a vagina. How cool. Like,
The urethra
happen.
coming this Halloween.
with FayWhat.
All right. Well, all I got to say
That
is,
gives it a whole new meaning to
and
distance.
You know girls have brains, right, Al? How dare you say
do,
that, by the
do,
way?
I do.
We have
You
two
think
heads.
girls would come up with this? Of course.
Everybody knows what sounding is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
you
Sure.
know,
I
yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah. Seriously, you know?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, and that's the reason I ask, and it's not something that, well, I guess
I consider myself a well-rounded
Right,
person,
right.
and I do not know.
sounding is where you take a steel rod and you insert it in your penis,
Okay.
and it goes up your penis, and then it's touched, and the vibration of the steel rod affects
ding.
affects the feeling in your penis, and that's the point of this.
You
It brings
mother
the
effers
whole-
have nothing else to do than stick a freaking rod in your penis and then hit it like a freaking triangle in kindergarten.
That's
Are
why-
you kidding me?
That's why
I didn't need to know that. Now, like, I literally will not get those 3 minutes back now. I didn't need to know that. I was fine without that information.
I asked you not 2 minutes ago, could
you
you
wouldn't know.
imagine if girls came up with this? Your answer now has changed. No, absolutely no.
You know, when he asked if we knew what it was, I said, unfortunately. I gave
I should have listened to you. I should have listened
Should have
to
said,
you.
no,
I don't know.
actually, never mind.
Tell me this: what kind of huge implements have you put in places that we don't want to know about?
Ooh,
Come
you
on.
should see the top drawer of my night table.
See. Okay.
All right. Well,
I call her Bertha.
Bertha. See?
I just moved, so it's in a hacky sack on the top shelf of my closet.
What is in a hacky sack?
Bertha.
Anyways, so next
Oh, wait.
next
Now
up.
I know a lot more about Australia. All right. That's our discussion on entertainment. Next, we report that the Happening Out Television Network helps support our LGBTQ community. Oh my God, I'm doing the transition from sounding on The Boys to Sunshine Cathedral. An example.
Sorry,
Lightning is about to
sorry,
strike you.
Robert. We love you. Oh my
We
God.
love you, Robert and Jarrell. An example is
You're just
Sunshine
out hearing that.
Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to
And they have
hell.
a great,
I'm
they have a
going
great
to
sound
hell.
system too.
They do have. And we are broadcasting from our permanent set in supporting that partnership. The network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ religious broadcast. I'm in so much trouble. Largest LGBTQ religious broadcast in the world, with more than 30,000 watching every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's totally live. And we encourage you to tune in. Our campaign of sponsorship proudly supports, obviously, Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
Darrell Watkins, Senior Minister, Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Oh,
My pastor just looked me in the eyes.
and said you're going to hell.
Did you see that? He totally was looking at you.
All right. Well,
I'm not with him.
Right. Oh, you're not getting out that easy. Up
Y'all
next,
exchange
if we
together.
were standing around the LGBTQ water cooler, this is what we think we might all be talking about this week. We refer to it as the hot topic of the week. As we approach the 6th anniversary of the Pulse Massacre this weekend, we remember the 49 individuals lost to gun violence. I told you about that on My Mind. We thought that Pulse would be the catalyst for change when it comes to gun regulation. It wasn't. Just this past weekend, the country saw 13 mass shootings just last weekend that left over a dozen people dead and over 70 people wounded. Finally today, the House is hearing testimony from victims and experts as the government at least pretends to be talking and taking some action on the epidemic of violence that we are facing. And it affects the LGBTQ community, as Pulse proved. Our main topic headline for today: Pulse, June 12th, 2016, and its memorial. Guns in America 2022 suggest love may not have won. What do y'all think? Guns in America, how it's affecting us?
I think we're actually coming out this year especially, and in a way that feels fundamentally different. I noted on Queer News Tonight previously that there are even Texas GOP donors to the Republican Party that are calling for sensible gun reform, and this is a real moment that people are trying to meet on both sides.
I'm curious if I can take just 1 second, and I appreciate you allowing me to focus focus light on you. Pulse happens when you're 14 years old. You were aware of gay when you were 14. You're beginning that exploration. You could have begun it much earlier than that, but you were aware of it at 14.
I was a really strong ally when I was
14. Okay. So Pulse happens, and what we watched in Love Wins and that campaign and our response from Pulse. Did you think at 14, being very optimistic in the world, not jaded, I'm significantly different in my cynicism of the world than you are, which I love, by the way. I think all of us are expressing the same thing. We see that about you, and we love that. But at 14, past Pulse, did you think, okay, we're going to see change then? Were you optimistic at 14 that would happen?
I think that it's hard to be optimistic about a situation changing that you've known your whole life, that has plagued your understanding of the world in the way that it has mine. And I don't think that it was until it even more intimately impacted me geographically with Parkland. And to see that directly, my neighbor's cousin was one of the victims of Parkland.
Okay, instead of using Pulse at 14, now you're, I think, 17.
I was 16. Actually, no, I was 15. I hadn't even turned 16 yet.
Okay, all right. So you're 15 and you watch Parkland, and you watch David Hogg do an amazing march in Washington against gun violence. The most incredible, by the way, thing that I had ever seen done on guns.
And he's still doing amazing work.
Well, yes, but he's not as optimistic as he was.
Nope.
But the most amazing thing that I had ever seen against guns done by high school kids.
Yes.
And
in Washington.
And I walked out. With my school, there were I want to say there were actually 2,000 people, and from my high school, it was about 2/3 of the school that walked out. In fact, we had administration. I distinctly remember we had administration. This is my sophomore year.
My question specifically, though, is Parkland happens. Were you optimistic? Okay, now the time is right. Something's going to happen.
I wasn't, and the reason why is because I distinctly remember administration were going to try to stop us from walking out. I distinctly remember it, and I think that this was a pivotal moment when young people were engaging in activism in a way that they had quite honestly never done before, in a way that I had never seen the way that March for Our Lives engaged young people.
Let me, in a quick fashion, summarize what I hear you say. You weren't moved to think Pulse is going to do it, gay. You weren't moved to say Parkland's going to do it with high school students. But this time, you think, in Uvalde, something's going to change. What causes your feeling to believe that that is true?
It's because the people who were so hesitant to actually do anything, some of the most, wield such power in politics. Even donors to these candidates are saying we need to do something because this problem has only gotten astronomically worse since both of those tragedies.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy that for Max, for us, we had fire drills when we were little.
Yeah.
He had active shooter drills.
And
Isn't that crazy?
I've asked my nieces,
And scares.
Who are in elementary school, about these active shooter drills. And basically, someone goes down the hallways of the building with a metal pipe, and they bang on the doors as they're walking through the hallways.
Oh my God, how scary.
And when my 8-year-old niece told me this, it was heartbreaking, because I think about Columbine. When that happened, I was a freshman in high school. And I thought, okay, how could something like this happen? And we didn't know what was going to happen then. And then fast forward to Pulse, I was with my friends. We were actually at Pulse the week before. And the night that happened, we were at the Manor in Wilton. And I distinctly remember them shutting down the Manor that night and telling everyone to go home because they didn't know what was happening. Because this guy lived, in proximity to here. From South Florida. So, and then fast forward, to Parkland, where my nieces and nephews are at the age, and they went to Parkland and seeing that text message come across my phone, that's CNN alert that's saying there's a mass shooting at the high school. My heart fell out of my chest.
See, your story actually makes me more angry. I focus on Max because where I am, because of Pulse and the effects that I still have from it, I keep wanting to try to find a glimmer of hope that I can hold on to and say, okay, that'll get me through this. I actually get angrier with what you just said, because when they're going through the hallways and an 8-year-old is saying they're taking a pipe and banging on the doors and creating the PTSD that they're creating from that, our society, our schools, our government, our police are so perverted that we transfer responsibility for guns to the children. Prepare for death as opposed to doing something that could prevent the death.
And
I get angry.
The thing about gun violence is it's not a tornado, right? It's not something where we don't need to be able to control the weather, right? We need to be able to enact legislation. You can't legislate a tornado. You can legislate guns.
Yeah.
And we are the only country where this happens. And what's so unfortunate is that's a universal experience. I experienced that, and imagine that being something that you have to do at least like once a semester. Go through this role play of an active shooter being in your school, where they have someone pretend to be an active shooter, and jiggle the doorbell or not jiggle the door handle and say, oh, if this this isn't real, but when it does happen, when it inevitably does happen at your school,
and forgive me
make sure you know what to do.
To the educators and the politicians and those that financially support this process, to the ignorance and stupidity of this kind of policy. It reminds me of my experience in elementary school in the 1960s to go, oh, they're going to drop a nuclear bomb, and so get under your desk and duck and
That'll
cover.
help.
It's as stupid as that.
And there are people in the GOP who say, well, you know, these mass shootings are just the cost of liberty and freedom. It's appalling. It is beyond appalling.
They have a lot of freedom in Australia. They have a lot of freedom in
and mental health
Austria
and mental health issues as well. Yeah, go figure.
Yeah, I'm curious to the other three of you. I hear Max's optimism that this may be the time. Do you all agree with that?
Yes, I'll say yes, only because there's something that we have now that we didn't have then, which is social media, and we have people like Maxx who, you know, at a young age are speaking out. I was not doing this at 20 years old. I was working in a movie theater part-time.
Well, we didn't have the shootings. We didn't have the shootings at the time.
Right. You know, but we had Columbine. You know, that's all we knew at the time. Sure. But I think the power of social media, and I think the tenacity of, you know, the younger generation coming up, that they're like, this is the world that they've been born into. And enough is enough. Like, they're going to be able to change it. If the other generations can't change it, I have hope that they will.
And I think also those who are of an age, maybe of your age, who are now parents, who have children, because the parents of these children who have been victims are so vocal, thank God. Yeah. And how could you not be? I mean, they're so outspoken and so impassioned about making change. The parents were
the heroes in Uvalde.
Exactly.
The mother that went into the school and got her two children. Absolutely. When the police stood outside, she went in to get her two sons and say, I'm bringing you out. And she did it.
I cannot
imagine. And they yelled at her and threatened to arrest her. And she said, well, basically, F you.
Yeah.
And into the school she went.
And I want to make it clear, though, that, you know, we talk about social media, and I will never shut up about how impactful social media has been in engaging young people in activism in a way, again, that we have never, ever, ever, ever seen before. But the flip side to that is it creates burnout. It creates this media burnout and this exhaustion when we're constantly seeing these issues that are plaguing us. And what's so important when we have movements like this is that we don't take the foot off the gas pedal, because otherwise it's an endurance test at that point.
Exactly.
And at a certain point, if we do not have the same endurance, nothing's going to get done.
And after Parkland, I thought something was really going to happen. So if you ask me that same question, is that after Parkland, those kids, the gentleman that you mentioned, right, and the girl with the no BS, she was incredible. I thought that they would get farther.
Look at Sandy Hook. I mean, there's so many examples of moments when we think something's gotta happen now.
And then what happens is you see it in this new way, the way in which because young people are entering this battle, they also become targets on social media in a way that we haven't seen before in activist work. And that's so sad when you see like 17-year-olds being berated by 60-year-old
just
Republicans.
This week, the New York Republican congressman that said, you know, we really do have to have realistic gun control laws. You can't be 18 years old to buy an AR, and you have to have background checks. And the end result is the GOP came out against him completely and overwhelmingly. And he said, okay, I'm not going to run because I can't win now. Because of the turn on me.
Why does anybody need an AR? Why would you need a gun of that caliber? I mean, if for hunting, BS.
For
that's
prairie
not true.
dog. Prairie dog.
And we don't need to go super in depth in it, but the individual right to secure a gun wasn't secured until a Supreme Court case in 2008. Yeah. I was 6 years old when that right was secured.
You know why that argument doesn't work, in my opinion? And just like the vaccine works. It is an embracement of science. It is an embracement of fact. And what you just said does not work. because 48 to 52% of Americans didn't even hear what you said. If we are going to be disbelievers and deniers on every single subject, depending on which side you're on, we are never going to come to any agreement, ever. So what you just said, 48% to 52% instantaneously disagreed with what you said.
What I'm so glad about is I believe over 80% of Americans support universal background checks. About 63% of Americans support banning an AR-15.
Yeah, but our problem is the politicians are not speaking for the majority.
I want to come back to the real core of the topic. Pulse happens on June 12th, 2016, and our campaign for arguably the balance of the entire year of 2016 is against the LGBTQ community. This crime happened. Turns out that the guy that pulled the trigger is gay. It turns out he pulls the trigger because he is Muslim. It turns out he pulls the trigger because he wants to get approval of his anti-LGBTQ father and his anti-LGBTQ religion. Those are all facts. So we spent the better part of 2016 saying love wins. We're 6 years later.
Is it winning?
Show me where the win took place.
It's not. It's gotten worse.
I think especially over the past year.
Okay, well.
I want to
look at Maxx. Let Maxx be our hope.
Yeah.
I want to say it again. And I want to say it again because I said you can't take the foot off the gas pedal with these things because then you're going to come to a stop eventually before getting to your destination. Yeah. And what's so important, again, June 11th, it's this Saturday. It is national rally. Wherever you are, there's likely a rally or a march somewhere within a reasonable distance of you. Please go on the March for Our Lives website and find one near you.
Very good advice, and let's do that. And one last thing, on behalf of all of us at It's Happening Out, we remember June 12th. We remember Pulse. We remember what it means. It still means a dramatic amount of things to us. We have somewhat in our community forgotten about Pulse. We know Pulse, but we can't say any of the names. Yeah. We can't say where's the memorial because it doesn't exist. I went to Pulse at Gay Days, and it looks the exact same way it did in January of 2017. No progress at all. Please forgive me, Barbara Poma, but there's no progress. And we deserve better. And the 49 that were killed and the 50 that were injured deserve better from our community and from the broad community, and I don't see the progress. Even if we don't have a memorial, even if we don't do something at the site on Orange Avenue, even if we do nothing, we have an obligation to do something about what caused it. 18-year-olds shouldn't be carrying AR-15s, period. End of conversation. But I'm very concerned that 6 years from now, we'll be having the exact same conversation that we're having today. But we still remember and honor those affected by Pulse. Finally, tonight, we're the LGBTQ community, and this will be the hardest transition I've ever
Please
done
give us sex.
in my whole life.
Please give us sex.
Thank you.
We're going to
talk about sex in Italy. And what? Well, maybe not. So, because we're the community, of course, as Faye says, we're going to celebrate relationships. And we do that by playing our game that asks, who would you do? Apparently, Australian. Where would you do it? Apparently, in Italy. Well, you get it, right? To 3 different interesting people. And tonight our game, of course, is called Shag, Marry, Chop. We've played it right from the beginning of the show.
Can we create a new game called Who, What, Where?
Who, What, Where. All right. Send that to production.
That's on that's the FayWhat show.
Yeah, okay. All right. Mondays at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
On Roku.
On Roku, Apple,
right.
Who, What, Where?
Right.
All right.
Our theme is celebrating the Stonewall riots. Now, wait, I can't wait to see how we've weaved this in. Is celebrating the Stonewall riots. Well, kind of. I got it. With hi guys from New York City. See? That makes
okay.
perfect
So it is.
Okay,
all right.
We got it. So this week we're going to play with Maxwell Alexander, yummy,
Kettlebell,
and porn star Austin Wolf.
Where is he?
And he's in the middle. He's coming in a minute, literally.
Oh, is that why?
And Michael Joseph Massetti on the right. So let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. Now, let's. These are completely uninteresting to Max because they're not Australian and they're not in Italy. But Max, who would you play with? Who are you going to shag?
Oh my God! First of all, I opened myself up to these jokes.
Yes, you did. Wait, you opened your what?
What?
What is Austin doing?
Watch.
Just
Keep
watch.
watching. Right.
No, I asked that like 3
Max?
times. Even
Oh.
Who are you shagging?
Protein shake.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna shag Michael.
Why?
I just think he's hot.
You like muscle?
No,
kind
it's
of?
nice. I like muscle, but I don't like the amount of muscle that's on
Austin.
Austin Wolf. I think I would marry Austin Wolf though.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
I don't like the amount of muscle. Oh, but I'll marry
I'll
him for
marry
the
him.
rest of my life.
It's kind of.
Are you going to bodyguard or something?
Yeah.
Have you ever
sure.
seen Austin Wolf?
He's a
What do you mean by seeing?
You know exactly what I mean.
Okay.
Have you ever been on
Streamed?
Pornhub and seen Austin
So
Wolf?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Which means yes.
He's a very big boy. As you
Oh
can see in the
Lord.
muscle.
Oh yes, he
He
is.
looks big.
And he's a very big boy.
So marry Austin Wolf.
Oh, wait. I'm not sure we're talking about the same thing yet.
That was a very
Yes. right.
interesting.
And then I'm gonna chop Maxwell.
And why are you chopping?
I just don't. I don't
Don't
want
like
to do either
pool
of those things where
cleaners,
people have the
do
same
you?
name as me.
Oh.
I mean, my name isn't Maxwell, but like it's close enough. So I don't know. I don't.
Wait.
Have you ever had sex with someone with the same name as you?
I haven't.
Oh.
And it's not on my bucket list. I don't think. So.
Me neither.
Oh.
Really?
Who the hell's named Faye? What?
I know, but
I am.
Like, how are you gonna
now,
find another
now
Faye
again,
what?
I'm a narcissist.
gay men
but like, I don't-
almost gay men can have sex with period, and we've just learned I don't want to have sex with somebody that has my name. It just seems a little.
We have boundaries, Al. We have boundaries.
All right, and Dale Stine, who are you?
But I would have sex with
Okay.
myself.
Yeah, we learned
We
that.
know.
in the
We
show.
heard.
We heard
Yeah.
repeatedly.
We got the notification
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dale, who are you shagging?
Amber Alert. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna shag. I'm gonna shag Maxwell.
Boy, Max has taken a beating tonight, hasn't
He
he?
opened himself up.
He
my
did.
Lord.
Literally.
Sure, he
Well,
enjoys
he did
it.
that in Italy too.
Yeah.
Um,
Maxwell, because he just. I think he looks like fun. Am I?
are you going
am
to
I
pick
talking
somebody to shag, right?
I said shag Maxwell.
Maxwell. Okay, and who are you marrying?
Well, I'm going to marry Michael because I just we
He's
chat
calm.
on social media
Yeah.
sometime, and he has he's.
Oh wait, did you
I
drop
love his
that
hair.
mic?
His hair is
Totally
in the
did.
perfect
Yeah.
place. And he's very
And
sweet.
you're chopping Austin.
I'm chopping Austin Wolf
Why?
because
Have you met Austin?
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that much muscle necessary for it. It's not
Wait,
not my jam.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure all of y'all know this, but Dale frequently posts the hot men of the day at
Frequently, like
Daily,
every day.
like every
like
day.
every day for 3 years, and many of them are big buffy
not as
boys.
big as Austin. I
Oh,
generally don't
please.
go that route.
I've seen hundreds.
Why are you muscle shaming?
No, it's pillowy. That's why.
Why?
It's
What?
pillowy. That's why. So that's
Pillowy?
Yeah,
Pillowy?
yeah. Pillows.
Oh, you mean like
His
to
chest?
rest
Yeah.
his head on?
I guarantee you, Austin's chest, his pectoral muscles are not like pillows.
Okay.
I
Well,
assure you. All right.
Pillars, maybe.
Yeah. All right. And Cal, what are you doing? Oh, this is going to be good.
Well, of course, now I had some time to analyze the situation.
take a
You
step back.
heard
bigger
my
picture.
observations about Austin. That might have some effect on your choices.
What did you say?
Some effect on. You heard, if you were listening
Oh.
careful, I described Austin in
Yes.
other ways that you can't currently see.
Yes, I can't see that. However, I would shag Maxwell because the way he works out, he has a lot of endurance.
Yeah.
Important.
That strategy is key here, people.
Yeah, no, I see, Al. I see. Okay.
I will marry Austin because of his use of power tools, and I'm all about home renovations and buying property. So he'll come in handy. And unfortunately,
Literally.
We
I
are
would,
so multidimensional.
Handy.
aren't
We really are.
Willie.
We really
yeah,
are.
he's handy.
Okay.
So, and unfortunately, I'd
Michael's
have
out
to
again.
chop Michael Joseph. However, I'll hire him to clean my pool.
Okay. Very good. All right.
right.
All right. Now to the only real gay man at the table.
That's me.
Faye,
Our token, our
All
token
right,
game.
our token gay man. So I am gonna shag Austin Wolf because hello, he's got the biggest penis, so that's where I'm going.
How do
Duh.
you know that?
Right?
I
Because
told
Al
her.
told me. Al knows
know.
everything. Don't you understand that?
Of course, Al knows.
So I am marrying Michael Joseph because he's freaking patriotic, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like that hair on his
Cute.
chest too,
He's
right?
Very cute.
Very, very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that means I have to chop Maxwell because he's into CrossFit, and I have PTSD over dating somebody with CrossFit because it's a cult. It's a cult. So because of that, I have to chop
Wait,
him.
let me tell you a quick story. We're
My
gay
dad does
days.
CrossFit.
And
Well, your dad's in a cult.
who was the person that you met that was into CrossFit?
The very cute boy at the pool.
Yeah. So we meet this very cute boy at one of the pool parties, and he says, you know, I'm into CrossFit, and wait, I'm sitting with Faye, and I notice this kid, and he has the most beautiful back and shoulders. Now that's really weird, right? That I would go like, there's hundreds of guys, and whoop, wait, look at that, beautiful shoulders, and that's just not. It's really weird. Faye immediately gets up and shows that she has the big D in the room and walks up and starts to talk to him. And of course, he loved it. And they get into a conversation, and she comes back. And basically, he was in CrossFit, and she bitch slapped him for being.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, you were fine until you said CrossFit. Damn it. Papa, I'm out of here.
So wait, Max, your dad does CrossFit?
Yeah,
Is
he
he
does.
hot?
He's also in. Okay, so I.
Wait.
Now,
Can we see a picture?
Daddy,
What's
can
so-
you bring in a picture for
what's-
Father's Day? We
what's-
should do Shaggy
Father's Day?
Or Shagberry Chop with
Father's,
his daddy.
a Father's Day edition.
One-
A
one
Shagberry
time-
Chop production.
One time I was with my boyfriend at the time. My dad was cleaning the pool and he was shirtless. And my
Yeah.
boyfriend, he just
like where
looks
this
he
is
looks
going.
down at the ground and he just goes, fuck. And I was like, what? And he's like, anyway, and then he just changed the subject. So yeah. Even
I'd like to see a picture of your dad.
I'd like to see a picture of your dad too.
yeah.
Yeah.
After
I don't know if y'all know this, but we're doing a live television
Yes.
show, right?
Welcome back to the
Hi,
table.
Dad.
Welcome back. We left you for a couple of minutes, but we're back now.
We're back.
All right. Before we end the show, we introduce our sponsor, Jet's Pizza. Are you coming to South Florida? If you are, you've got to try the pizza of choice of the LGBTQ community here in South Florida, and that's Jet's Pizza. We are getting ready to enjoy it ourselves. We love the pizza. It's absolutely
Love
outstanding.
that sausage.
Well, that's it.
Put it in your mouth.
Subscribe.
Only sausage that goes in my mouth.
That's it, Ocean, at South Beach. Another week with you and the world's first and most popular LGBTQ talk show in the world. Before we sign off, let's hear from our host for one final good night. And we'll begin with a good night from Maxx Fenning.
Oh, yeah. Again, I'm going to say for the third time, June 11th, this Saturday, go to the rallies. Also, happy Pride, because it's the first happening out that I've done during this Pride Month.
Yeah, excellent. And a good night from Dale Stine.
I just want to say, because there is so much distress and so much heartache and heartbreak happening in the world, as we well know. So I just want to encourage you to take time for yourself. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Whether it means stopping and just taking a breath and being with your loved ones, or being very aware and mindful of being kind with yourself, because it's so easy to go into a dark space. So take the time to be as positive as you can be.
Really good advice. And a good night from Kal Gajraj.
Good night, everyone, and happy Pride. I'm excited to see everyone at Wynwood Pride this weekend and then at Stonewall Pride the following week. So hopefully we get to run into each other and have a great time.
Oh my goodness, I just thought Friday night is Oakland Park Pride.
Yep.
Saturday is Wynwood.
Yep.
And then Wilton goes off
The busy weekend.
off the
Busy
off the
month.
train. And a good night from FayWhat.
Faye, what? So good night. Listen, to all the viewers that watch us and allow us to be ourselves, thank you so much. To all the people that are around this table today, thank you for allowing us to just be. We had some really tough things to talk about. We're going through a lot of crap, but talking about it helps.
Yeah.
You know, and we can't forget about our mental health. And for folks, make sure that you watch my show on Monday mornings, all right? Oh, I'm in bed with a hot gay boy. Who doesn't love that?
What's it called?
Faye, the FayWhat show. And it's Gay Boy Sleep Late is our segment, and it's a lot of fun. So make sure that you check
Not
it
all of
out.
us do, by the way.
I know Cal. Cal is constantly, every time the show is on, he's like, I'm awake. I'm like, you're the only gay boy awake, Cal. But I love you.
The corporate gays are awake.
Corporate gays are awake. So don't forget, Monday and Wednesdays, I'm
Whopper
here
gays.
with the what case?
The Whopper Gay.
The Whopper gays.
Just to bring it full circle.
Yeah.
Whopper game.
Wait, one more time. You all do know we're doing
Yeah,
television
hi,
right
still-
now.
okay,
We're
still-
back again.
Hi, we're back. We're back.
Sorry.
Still
All right.
FayWhat. So we're back here and it's happening out next Wednesday as well. So tell your friends about us and hug somebody today, man. Times are tough.
A hug sounds great. Is what you've watched tonight important to you? Well, you sat right here. Thank you.
Aww.
I needed it tonight, as y'all know. You sat right here at the LGBTQ kitchen table, right along with us. I sat in a meeting today. It's a tough week because of Pulse and what we face, memories of what I went through. It's not about me, it's about those that were directly affected, but tough weeks none the same. I sat in a meeting today with Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network. We are the implementation planners for Stonewall Pride. And Stonewall Pride is happening next weekend. And I'll just give you a little clue to what is coming. Last year, we know that we had the tragic accident. Faye and I were on stage. The parade and the festival was canceled just minutes before the parade happened last year. That is after 2 years of pandemic. So we've had 3 years here in South Florida of really some dramatic things that affected Pride. Stonewall is happening. There was some question about police protection and the cost to put on the parade, etc. All of those issues are resolved. The parade is happening. I encourage you to come out because likely you are going to see a celebration in Wilton Manors in Fort Lauderdale like you've never seen before. The number of vendors that are participating is a record number. The number of participants in the parade and the units in the parade is now officially a record number. Wow. The sponsorship participation to ensure that it happens this year after the terrible things that have happened over the last 3 years is fortunately at a record number. The community and our business community has stepped up to ensure there is going to be Pride celebration in Broward County and Wilton Manors this June. Very exciting. There are going to be 7 stages of entertainment on Wilton Drive. Wow. The main stage will begin at 3 o'clock in the afternoon next Saturday, and Faye will be sitting right next to me as we broadcast the parade live on Apple Television.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to be exciting. There are so many guests coming. There are so many secret surprises that are getting ready to be announced. We're now in the final week-ish of leaning into Stonewall Pride. We criticize our prides for rainbow capitalism, and we do what we're gay and LGBT is so magical. But one of the things that we frequently do is we bitch and complain about everything. We've reached a moment in this Pride rotation for June that we probably should try to check that as much as we can. We have a lot to celebrate, and we should, because the times are tough, as all of you have talked about at this table. Mm-hmm. So walk into Oakland Park, walk into Wynwood, walk in especially to Stonewall Pride, and let's celebrate. And let's show the entire world we will not go quietly into any night, regardless of guns, regardless of pulse, regardless of radical evangelicals, and regardless of radical conservatives. We are the LGBTQ community, and let's celebrate that. And remember, if you do, we're here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. It's live. You see every word. That's how Max could take the beating that he did tonight, and we appreciate you right along with it. Remember, and don't forget, Queer News Tonight is daily at 8 p.m., and Hotspots Magazine is a great publication that you should pick up. Remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Good night.
Good night.